The data is in, guys. The inflation's not exploding. It's good news. Rate cuts are coming, baby. Rate cuts are coming. Jerome Papa Bear Powell will be cutting the rates for us soon enough. Or if he doesn't, gosh darn, he really doesn't have a good reason to at this point. We're going to be breaking down the data for you, the news. We got ETH, XRP, Solana, Hype, Pump, Pangu. It's going to be a good time. Stick around for that good time. So, first and foremost, Charlie Balelo sharing this. Overall, US CPI moved up 2.9% in August. By the way, stick around. Second half stream, guys. We're answering your questions. As always, make sure to stick around for those good times. Let's get it. So, anyway. Overall, U.S. CPI moved up 2.9% in August, the highest level since January. Yes, U.S. core CPI moved up to 3.1%, the highest level since February. Despite rising inflation, the Fed is expected to cut rates by 25 basis points next week and another 25 basis points in October and December for a total of 75 basis points or 0.75% for normal human speak. Okay? Lark released the flying monkeys. Release the monkeys. Great movie. Anyway. Very interesting. So inflation is rising ever so slightly. And Jerome Powell is really between a rock and a hard place right now because he sees the inflation rising. Now, PPI was down. We talked about that yesterday. So in theory, CPI should be coming down as well. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see what the next month's numbers look like. But Jerome Powell's stuck right now because inflation is creeping back up, not by a lot. I mean, guys, it's 2.9%. It's not like 9% like it was. Geez Louise. But it's going in the wrong direction, and that's the problem. Now, tariffs haven't really affected inflation very much from the numbers we've seen. So that's at least a positive. But the jobs market is weakening at a worrying pace right now, and Jerome has to respond to that. That probably becomes the key mandate. Inflation be damned, because if he doesn't do something, the jobs market's going to go to absolute hell in a handbasket, and that's going to be a real problem for you. Now, Jerome's also facing the reality of AI's taking everybody's jobs, man, and it's only going to get worse when they release the humanoid robots, which are coming very, very soon, okay? Mohammed with this one, with the U.S. CPI numbers matching the consensus forecast, the main market move this morning is jobless claims just came in far higher than expected. The overall signal from this week's data is clear, and one I've stressed for some time now. Now, increasing like of others, inflation may still sit above the Fed's target, but the greater risk to the economy lies in the pace and severity of the labor market weakening. And make no mistake, the labor market is weakening fast. Oliver, red light hat will come. That's for question time, ma'am. That's for question time. And thanks for the reminder. You can see here CPI and here the jobless claims. So the expectation was 235, actual came in at 263. Okay, so a lot of problems in the job markets, hits on non-farm payrolls, too many jobless claims coming in, huge revisions down on all the job numbers continually coming out. So yeah, not great. That being said, rate cuts will probably be good for the market because the economy is still in expansion. The economy is not currently contracting. The economy is expanding. 3.3% GDP growth last quarter, 3% GDP growth expected this quarter. Even though the jobs market is weakening, things are generally okay-ish. Softening of the jobs market does not mean a complete Armageddon in the jobs markets, but if the Fed doesn't take immediate action, then we could have a much bigger problem on our hands, because not only is the price of money too high, at 4.5% currently, but you have the AI problem too, which is not helping anything. Anyway, so here's the price of Bitcoin right now. We had a nice breakout. Now, remember, we flagged two potential entry points here for this from the $112,000 20-day EMA breakout, or $113,000 entry at the 50-day EMA. Okay, now doing a swing high, swing low analysis on the fibs here. If this breakout can hold, if we can start grinding higher, following gold up, we've got some great gold analysis coming for you guys over the weekend, by the way. Gold Bitcoin correlation, very interesting shit. Anyway, the next major target for Bitcoin would actually be up around $135,000. That's the 1.618 Fibonacci line. So any longs from here, ideally your target, you'd want to have it up around here, which it's not a bad move. Now, do we get that? Who the heck knows? You guys know how it is. There's so much BS that can happen in these markets on any given day, and it's really not the big move. It's 17%. But 3x leverage on a move like that, hey, that's like 45, almost 60% gains. That would not be bad. Okay, that would not be bad if that's what plays out. Obviously, Bitcoin's a slow mover, but let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. That would be the target, I think, on a breakout from this current move here. Okay. Now, by the way, if you want to trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever kind of cryptos you guys want to trade, Bitunix is the hot spot to be trading at these days. Okay. Whether you want to long the rips, short the dips, whatever. You guys can have a good time doing all those things over here on Bitunix. No KYC, no VPN, no BS, just good times. Now, here's the deal. Never been a better time to sign up than right now. By the way, you can see my current trades over here. The Pangu trade doing well. Damn, that Solana trade is starting to do really nicely. $91,000 unrealized profit and loss. Unrealized could go back to zero. You never know. Until we click the sell button or hit our take profit level of 440, it's just going to be grooving there. Anyway, besides the point. Insane bonuses right now to sign up to Bitunix. Deposit $2,000 or more, you get $400 cash back, and crazy trading bonuses. Basically, the more you trade, the more money they're going to put that stuff back in your pocket. VIP level 3 exclusive when using that link. They'll get you 30% off of your fees. And we're giving away $1,000 of a live stream. Since it's a live stream, we better give away $1,000. Let's go. 599 potential people in to win it today. Let's see. Let's ask our old buddy Grok over here to do the calculations for us. Grok's pretty slow at this, so we'll answer a question too. We'll Grok. Well, Grok thinks about it. Do you have Zabek on your radar? I do not. So many coins out there, man. So many coins. Get your bags packed now. Time is running thin. If we're due for a big Q4, yes, time is running thin indeed. This bull market is a trap. Everything's a trap. Life's a trap. No one gets out alive. Believe it or not, it's crazy shit. It's all a trap. Solana feels real good. Yeah, Solana. We had a lot of entries on Solana too. We had, the 20-day EMA retests multiple times, man, on this uptrend. It's just been very clean so far. We had lots of beautiful 20-day EMA retests. We had the 205 breakout level. We had the breakout from the top of the wedge at 222. Like, there were so many entry points. Solana has been very giving. Okay. Loop ring to $5. Loop, man, I haven't heard anyone talk about loop ring in a very, very, very long time, man. That is crazy. Very long time since we heard anyone talking about old loop ring there. Gosh darn, RWA on fire. Oh, looks, we got the numbers. Okay. Yes, RWAs indeed will be on fire. So 580 and 307. 580 and 307. Where do we got? 580. Look at this. Boom. Here we go. $500. Dude put in $2,000. Got his $400 deposit bonus plus an extra $500 back on top of that. Not bad. Not bad. I dig it. Let's go. Good shit. And the other winner was 307. By the way, that's your user ID. Of course, we're not sharing email addresses, guys, because we're trying to preserve people's privacy here. So you do have to check if that was your user ID that won the giveaway. This is all done manually, so I have to check tomorrow to see if rewards are in there. They'll put them in there. They'll check the spreadsheet later on today. Okay, anyway, there's 580 and there was a 307. Okay, put the 307 one in here. Oh, look at this. Look at this dude. He put in $20, man. He put in $20. He got $500 back. Let's go. Let's go. My mom watches your videos and thinks you're my dad. Awesome. I could be. I may be among my own grandpa too, but that's a conversation for a different day. Anyway, let's continue watching. Yeah. Anyway, shout out to your mom, man. Shout out to your mom. Wait a second. If she thinks I'm your, does that mean I did your mom? Holy crap. Anyway, serious talk again, guys. Serious. Now, look, Ethereum finally breaking out of this big rounded bottom that we had right here. Took out the 20-day EMA, took out our key level right here. Now, with ETH, it's never as easy as just things happening. $4,500 is the key price level here. So we need to close the daily candle above $4,500. Still 12, 13 hours almost to go here, okay? So we got a little bit of time for this to close or not close above the $4,500 level. If we can close above $4,500, might be the start of a new uptrend and getting us up to at least the retest of the previous all-time high around 5K, okay? But that rounded bottom pattern, nice and clean. Retaking the 20-day EMA, so far nice and clean. Now, if we get a retest of the 20-day EMA, not bad, but I hope we keep above $4,500. That's been such a key area of price resistance here for Ethereum. Okay, my ETH trade currently open over on Femex. It's just grooving along. It's chilling. So we'll see how that one plays out. XRP breaking out of a major downtrend here. You can see multiple touch points along this downtrend. Good decisive breakout, taking out the downtrend line, the EMAs at the same time with good MACD momentum building up. Not a lot of huge volume on this move, though, as you can see right down here. So I don't love that. Let's just say I don't love the lack of volume here. But, you know, it is breaking out. It is cruising to the upside. As long as XRP can maintain above the 20-day EMA, yellow line on the chart here, then that'll be a good thing. And we can start building a new uptrend here with, you know, higher highs and higher lows. So there's always pullbacks. Okay. Lark says something about loop ring. Something about loop ring. That's it. That's all I can say. I haven't looked at loop ring literally in years. I have no idea what's going on over there right now. Solana. Oh my gosh. We're at $239. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Yes. It's been crazy. Now, look, we've been just beating the drum non-effing stop about the Solana trade with the digital asset treasury companies coming. With the ETFs, it's about 28 days now, I think, until ETF approvals. And we're likely to get an approval. Now, maybe some crazy shit happens and they don't approve it. But I think it's a very, very high percentage chance to get an ETF approval in October for Solana. And that's going to, well, see this thing rip even more. But look at that. Multiple entries laid out here. I've been stacking Solana pretty much nonstop up until, gosh, until about yesterday. I'm not sure I'm going to buy any more at this point. I think I'm just going to stack up my cash and just let it sit there. But I've been buying Solana really just, well, crap for a while now. I think we got a good bag secured back here, like a very substantial bag secured back here, right around 145, right in this region, 145, 146, something like that. And then just been adding to the position. So there's a futures position that's been open since around 150, something like that. And a very big spot bag that I've been building throughout this entire sort of wedge up. But I think I've got enough now. And I think that's probably going to just ride it for the move from here. Okay. Lately, I've heard a lot of videos saying sell your losers, hold on to your winners longer. I've sold some of my largest bags at 225. My next sale is 245. Is that too low? Are you talking about Solana in particular? I mean, if you think that Solana is one of your loser bags, I don't know what your winner bags are. But my target, now this is just my price target. I can't tell you what to do with your money. You guys make your own decisions. You know, investing in crypto is risky. You can lose all your money. Past performance is not equate to future returns. Don't listen to random people on the internet telling you what to do or do not with your money, because I don't tell you what to do with money. I'm just saying what I do with my money. My price target for Solana is around 440 bucks. That's the 1.618 Fibonacci line. Okay, that's a reasonable place to look for a next local peak for Solana. Okay, that's where my futures trade has to take profit at. Okay. I think I'm selling way too much of my Solana that I bought at $10 and $15 way too early. I mean, I had over 100. I'm down to 77. I'm screwing up. You know, J-Man, to be honest, if you got in that early, I mean, look, my entry is like 150 bucks or something. If you got in that early and you're taking profits, there's nothing wrong with that, man. You're taking profits on the way up. I mean, literally, you're locking in 20, 25x profits in some of these situations. Like, that's good. That's good. Do not beat yourself up. You've already got your capital back out. Okay. You've already got profits out. Like, man, that's good. You know, you don't be hard on yourself. And that's the thing, is you can keep selling the way up. You know, you don't have to sell too aggressively. If you got your 77 Solana there, you know, and again, not financial advice, obviously, but you got 77 Solana there, and you don't have, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You know, you're deeply in profit. You have options in that situation. It's nice to be deeply in profit because you can go, I got options. I'm not stressed out. I can take a little more off the table here. You know, if I see it breakups, I can take a couple off here if I want some money, or I want to use some cash for something else, or I just want to take some money out of the market, whatever it might be. You can do that. You can do whatever you want. No one has a crystal ball. Some crazy shit could happen tomorrow. Markets go to zero again. Well, not zero, but you know what I mean. So let's see. But there's never anything wrong with taking profits, and no one ever went broke taking profits. The vast majority of the people that invest in crypto won't ever take a damn penny off the table, and they'll round trip their bags every time. So look, I think Solana has potential to go up as high as $1,000 at the peaky top of this cycle. Will it definitively do that? Not necessarily. Maybe it goes to $890. And everyone waiting for $1,000 gets cucked. There's nothing wrong with taking profits on the way up. Okay. And it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You could just sort of sit down and think, okay, I have these 77 Solana and make a kind of a sell plan based on where you think the price will go. Maybe you're more bearish on Solana than I am. I'm very bullish on Solana right now. Maybe you're more bearish, think, maybe it only gets back up to previous all-time high. I'm just out, or I just, I'm done. I've ridden the train long enough. I've got the meat of the move. I'm going to take my profits and put it into something else. That's also a valid strategy. People don't talk about that enough. You can actually just hop off a train, man. Look at this. You got a 20x, clean 20x, man. That's beautiful. I love it. You can take the money and put it in something else too if you want. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe you're looking at Solana like, you know what? I'd rather put my money in Pump, or just take it out of the market and just go buy yourself something. You can do that too. There's a lot of options there, but never be afraid to sell. Okay. Now, again, my targets are higher, but that's me. Anyway, gosh darn, Solana is making big moves here, and I love it. It's beautiful to see. Now, the technical target for the breakout from this rising wedge pattern, remember, we're talking about this. The rising wedges are usually bearish chart patterns where everything going on and the way the 20-day EMAs and stuff have been reacting, the volumes, all that kind of stuff, it's likely to be a bullish breakout. So far, we're getting a bullish breakout. If you get a retest down here of the top of this yellow line around 222, probably a bid zone, in my opinion. The target for this is going to be around $290 or something like that. So higher. So basically, this is a potential run back up to the previous all-time high. PayPal, they said, we're all in. Let's expand the Hyperliquid community together across our broad network of 400 plus PayPal and Venmo accounts. Dude. Oh, Lark, come on. Can we get a Hyperliquid pullback? Gosh darn. I still do not have a position in this. Been fading it since $3, just sitting on the sideline, just going like, why haven't you bought this yet, Lark? One of the most obvious trades of the cycle. Anyway, part of my issue, I think, over the last maybe year or two has been just sort of being too much all in all the time and clinging to bags that suck ass. You don't want to be hanging out with bags that suck ass, okay? You just got to relentlessly cut shit. And there were probably multiple bags that I could have cut when hype was sort of establishing itself and like, okay, it's going to stick around. They're aggressive buys and like $16-20, right? For example, that I could have cut and got in. But, I'm really just giving back to the comment on cut your losers and hold on to your winners longer. Yeah, cut your losers, man. Because losers in crypto, they just drag your whole portfolio to drag it down psychologically. They lock capital up and losing bets. You might think, wow, I'm down like 50% on this trade. Oh, yeah, you are, but you still have 50% of your capital. And you put that into something that's actually going to win and might make your capital back and then make you more money, plus free up the mental space of holding on to dead weight, which for me is one of the biggest reasons to dump bags. Anyway, I can see something playing out like this for Hyperliquid, a pullback to around the $50 region or around sort of, $49 to $50, probably a bid zone, considering that was previous price resistance. Check this out. Pump.fun mobile is accelerating. Daily active users hit new all-time highs of over 110% since last month. Let's F and go. There are tons of new features coming to the Pump.fun mobile app. Do it. Let's do it, guys. Apparently some kid took some fitness influencer's hat off today, got slapped in the face, made $30,000 while streaming it. Future finance, baby. Don't fight the casino. Just understand the casino for what it is. It's dirty, it's messy, it's nasty, and it's got millions of dollars a day of buybacks in a chart that looks like that. Now, will there be pullbacks? There'll be disgusting pullbacks on Pump. But so far, gosh darn, looking pretty good. I still think that if you get any kind of weakness in the markets over the next few days, it'll pull back to the sort of 4,800 range, 4.8 cents. Oh, not 4.8 cents. 0.0048 cents. There you go. If you get a pullback into that range, just under half a cent there, then probably a bid zone. And I might consider adding more to my bag if that happens. Okay. Otherwise, we're riding this crazy train, man. Let's go. We're almost up to the previous all-time high here for Pump. Gosh darn, this thing is a beast. Pangu just showed up one of the most popular TV series on Apple TV. The heck is this series? It's that Seth Rogen and who's that lady? Rose something, isn't it? Anyway, whatever. There's a penguin in the back, and normies are seeing Pangus everywhere. Pangu to the moon. That's all that matters. Really. NASDAQ listed Sharps Technology announced a strategic partnership with Budgie Penguins to bring exposure and connectivity to the Solana digital asset treasury space. They recently acquired over $2 million of Solana. Will they start buying Pudgies as well, Pangu coins as well? If they do, hold on to your butts, guys. The Pangu chart currently looks like this. Beautiful retest yesterday down here of the breakout downtrend line. 20-day EMA curving up nicely. I would reckon that for Pangu, I mean, last time it was super unforgiving, by the way. I mean, look at this. Last time you had one retest of the 20-day EMA from the breakout. So in June, it went from 1 cent to almost 5 cents, basically straight up over a few weeks period with one EMA retest in that whole time. That's crazy. I don't know if this move will be as aggressive, but if you see 20-day EMA pullbacks as we grind up here, those become buying opportunities. Anyway, gosh darn. That's it. That's all I got to say. What do you guys want to talk about? Let's do some questions. Get your red light hats on, everybody. It's time. It's time. I only got about 10, 15 minutes. I got to take my son to karate pretty soon. So we'll blast through some questions here. Sonic at the moment. Yeah, I don't know, man. Honestly, I was pretty bullish on Sonic, but just mostly it was just people airdrop farming. Yeah, I don't know. I sold it. I'm not sure I'd buy back in at this point. I feel like it's kind of lost that that excitement, you know. Anyway, that's my thought on it right now. I mean, once Andre launches his flying tulip DEX thing, maybe that's going to bring some excitement back over the chain. You know, things can change real fast. Liquidity is very mercenary in this space, and if people require Sonic in order to go and farm flying tulip and the incentives are there, then people will buy the shit out of it. Yes, hydrate. Let's go. Alan, are you still holding? You know what, man? I've been so slack, and you're absolutely right. I need to do better on that. I've been so slack updating my stock portfolio disclosures on my disclosures page. So I absolutely need to do that. You know what? I'm gonna make a note about that right now because that needs to get done. I've been super slack about that. Like, I don't know, my Tesla and stuff's not on there, and I don't know, a whole bunch of other random shit that I own, and that should be on there. Update stock disclosures. There you go. Note to self sent. Anyway, yes, I still own both of those. I still own BM&R. I still own SBET. They're currently break evenish or slightly a loss. I don't know what the price is doing today on either of those, but I think BM&R probably over SBET at this point. I've even thought, like, shit, maybe I should just nuke my SBET and stuff it all into BM&R just to have more of a concentrated bet. I mean, Tom Lee's just pulling a lot of Wall Street money, and now he's venturing into other stuff, right? He put $20 million into a world coin treasury company, and that was like a 50x return in a day, like crazy stuff. Yeah, I still hold both those positions. What is my price target for those? Man, it's really hard to have a price target for these, to be honest. I feel like it's just going to be one of those situations where something's going to be good enough because the dilution's so much. You know this, my BM&R stocks basically haven't really changed very much in price from the time that I bought them, but the market cap's expanded by $6 or $7 billion since that point because they're diluting the stock so much all the time. But yeah, I definitely think we can get some nice multiple X's on these when the hype picks up adequately. But these are definitely for a good time, not a long time bags. Let's just put it that way. Rose beer, and that's it. Rose beer, and yeah, that's the one. Is Virtuals pro? No, Saeed, absolutely not. I do not think Virtuals is a dead coin at all, man. It just has attention waves where they innovate and do new shit and everyone gets all excited about Virtuals again, and then it cools off again. Virtuals is probably one of the best, if not the best, AI agent platform out there. There's been a lot of other people coming into the space with the AI agent stuff, man. And most of it's absolute bullshit garbage and it's never going to do anything. But yeah, no, Virtual's not dead. I don't own any Virtuals currently, but it's certainly not dead. Am I eligible for the giveaway? No, it's only for recent signups since we started this particular campaign. Sorry. Bought a bag of Pangu in the spring. Yes, let's go. I hope it's worth a shit ton when that happens. Lark, give us your opinion on World Liberty 5 that we're stacking at this price. Where do you see it going? You know, I am not in this, and I'm not sure I'm going to get in it. I don't know. It just, they probably crime the shit out of it, and it goes way, way higher. What's the current FDV on this thing? The FDV is just crazy, and you see this happen with let me just try to find it real quick. I just like to do it the slow way and scroll down. There we go. We're Liberty Financial. Let's put this up on the screen for you guys. Currently at number 38, market cap of $5 billion currently. Okay, interesting. What's the FTV? FTV is at $20 billion. Is that worth $20 billion? Essentially a fork of Ave. What you're really betting on is that Trump and his family will be able to just basically push this thing to the effing moon at some point. I don't know if they introduced a token buyback mechanism or something like that yet. If there's a token buyback mechanism and they can start getting a whole shit ton of business for the USD1 stablecoin, which is Trump family stablecoin, then, you know, maybe it could really take off and be big. Maybe I need to look into a little more. Right now, I'm staying out of it. I could, in theory, buy it, and I might. I'm, you know, relatively agnostic on buying. If you ever think it's going to go up in price, I'll hop in. But so far, I've kind of stayed away, and I don't know. It's not top of my list of things I want to rush in and buy. I feel like I'd rather buy like Athena or something like that. I do own Block, by the way, which is a sort of a beta bet to World Liberty Finance. But man, that's half the money gone on that. Anyway, say la vie, man. Keep your son in martial arts. Let's go. Let's go, Josh. Shout out Ohio. What is up, Ohio? Awesome. ETF has been delayed until November. Which ETF? Now, I guess I'll need to check that. But from my understanding, the final deadline for there's different ETFs, okay, applications in. So you have to understand that not every ETF application is the same. They're filed at different times, which gives them different final deadline dates. So I know that one was rejected yesterday, or not rejected, but delayed yesterday. I can't remember which one that was. Franklin Templeton one or something, I don't know. But the first final deadline, again, this according to my understanding, is, I don't remember the exact date, October 20th or something like that. So essentially on October 20th, let's say, double check the date, but let's just say it's October 20th. On October 20th, the first final deadline for a Solana ETF comes up. So at that point, they're either going to go to that Solana ETF provider and say approve or deny. And if they deny, they have to give a pretty damn good reason why they denied them, which means that all the other ones would then, in theory, be denied as well. But if one gets approved on October 20th, I guess say that's the date, a couple of days on either side of that. I'm not sure if it's 20 or not, but if it gets approved then that means all the other ones would also get approved likely at the exact same time. So that sort of final deadline for one of the late filers in November only applies to that particular ETF, but you want to look at the one that's got the first final deadline. It's my understanding of the situation. Okay. I want out of XRP, but unsure where to reallocate for the best returns in 2025. I mean, you know, I don't, I got a trade open on XRP with a target of $4 right now. But honestly, that's just, I'm even thinking I had to close that trade out. There's better trades out there to take. There are so many better places likely to reallocate for better returns in 2025 than XRP. Now, it's not bashing XRP. It's just, it's such a big cap coin that it's probably not going to run like another 7x again like it did last year. Or was this year? Was that this year? Was that this year? It was only a few months ago, wasn't it? Fuck. Anyway, it's probably not going to run 7. How was December last year, wasn't it? It's not going to run 7x again in a few days like it did last time. That's just not super realistic, is it? So in terms of allocating for better returns, there's a lot of coins out there, but you start going down the risk metrics, right? So if you hold your XRP, you probably get to sell it for $8 to $10 at some point later this cycle. Just, you know, not, who knows what happens, but that'd be my general thoughts on it. That being said, if you bought like Pump, still just at a $2 billion valuation with aggressive daily buybacks. I mean, Pump still likely 10x's from here. XRP 10xing from here becomes very, very unlikely. Let's go, Fake Dan. You spoke about Auki many months ago. What are your current thoughts? Sold it, then it pumped. Classic. Sold it, bought, pump. Essentially. I guess the good news is I'm currently up about as much as Auki would have been. The reason why I sold it was just dead. The volume was dead, you know, and I have a hard time justifying holding coins where the daily volume is like $50,000 and it's listed basically nowhere. And that was my main problem with it. The team, you know, I talk to those guys every once in a blue moon on Telegram. I guess probably not anymore, but you know, they're still out there working. They're doing shit. They're a hardworking team. I don't know. As a sort of crypto proxy bet on robotics, maybe it's an interesting play. Personally, I want to get stocks in, you know, companies that do robotic stuff. But, you know, Auki's good. I like what they're doing. I just couldn't justify holding onto some coin with just such abysmal daily volume metrics. But now, of course, volume's like 10x from 50,000 to 500,000 a day or something like that, as people are starting to look for these sort of robotics plays. And look, they're doing the work. They do a lot of work. Those guys have been putting in a lot of work. So, you know, shout out to them for putting that work in. But I hopped off that train. San Pellegrino. The best. Straight from the mountains of Italy, man. Let's go. Let's go. Anybody know the Coneheads movie? Oh, my God. Oh, that Chevy Chase? No, Dan Aykroyd. Well, that was Dan Aykroyd in Coneheads, wasn't it? Oh my gosh. Aptos to $100. We just manifest that into existence. Be perfect. Gemini IPO today. Not as exciting as the other IPOs. Like the Circle IPO was very unique. Coinbase is so much bigger than Gemini. So, you know, obviously it went way below its IPO price during the bear market, but that's a different story. Gemini IPO, I don't know, man. Not particularly excited. There's a few crypto IPOs. I don't even know what would a crypto IPO upcoming that I'd actually be excited about. Not many. I'd have a hard time thinking about it. God, I don't know. Gemini, I wouldn't be. I don't know. For me, and we'll see what the market does. Market might pump this. I mean, bullish came out, and that pumped like crazy when it hit the market. So that's pretty crazy. And you know, who the hell is even trading on bullish? Honestly, apparently it's the 13th biggest exchange by 24-hour spot volume right now at $1.2 billion in the last 24 hours. And holy crap, it drops. You guys, look at this. This is nuts. So bullish came out and did a 3x, I think, on day one. I mean, again, shout out to Block One, man. Those guys are just absolutely the best to have ever done it. They raised $4 billion fucking dollars for EOS. Give it to the community, aka walk away and never touch the fucking thing again. Take the $4 billion and buy Bitcoin with it. God, best ever to do it. Motherfuckers. Anyway, bullish doing $1.2 billion a day in volume. Gemini, $122 million. That's crazy, man. They're only doing $122 million a day in spot volume. I mean, it's not bad, but it ain't great, is it? Comparatively to, you know, like Kraken IPO. That might be one. I could see, you know, maybe. I'm not necessarily going to rush into it, but I could see buying the Kraken IPO. Why not? Okay, I got about 2 more minutes, guys. We'll do 1 or 2 more. What do you think about Render? A couple Render questions here. I like Render. I've always kind of liked Render. I don't have position in Render. Holy shit, Dogecoin's up big time. I don't have position in Render. Kind of had my eye on it for a while. It's like a coin that, you know, is interesting. I like what they do. Probably to think about everything going on with, you know, AI and the need for massive compute and stuff like that. It should, in theory, do something. Let's have a look at the chart here. But honestly, people have not really been talking about Render in a very, very long time, to be honest. And, it, you know, to some extent feels like one of those coins is kind of, it's not great. Not a super clean downtrend line. Retaking the 20 and 50-day EMAs here. It's down to $4, huh? Got down to $2.50 recently. Look, this is one of those coins that could absolutely make a big comeback. It was super popular in was it early 2024, had a big run along with stuff like BitTensor and stuff, which kind of also hasn't really recovered price-wise. So if you're looking for sort of AI bets on bigger cap stuff like BitTensor and Render and stuff like that, probably are interesting enough anyway. Yeah, not super clean here either. It's been just, things have been downtrends for such long times, eh? It's pretty crazy, but maybe they start picking up a bit of momentum here on these sort of EMA retakes here, but they need to get a bit of attention coming back to them. And I just don't think we've seen that kind of attention for Render and BitTensor and stuff like that. It could certainly be there. I mean, the fundamentals of these things are pretty strong. They're doing a lot of stuff and they're putting a lot of work in the background, but the market just kind of hasn't recognized that kind of stuff yet. Spelled Bernina, but pronounced burn. Cool. Makes it cooler, man. Rose burn. Let's go. What do you think about CRO? I think honestly, the treasury company play is just massive. I don't know how it's going to play out, but huge money flowed into that, and huge money will probably continue to flow. I mean, Crypto.com is one of the biggest exchanges. So, and I teamed up with the Trump family. I mean, wouldn't fade that. I don't have a position currently, but gosh darn, I could definitely see them pulling some big things off with that. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, you guys are awesome. We'll be back next week, Monday, with live streams. Got some great videos coming for you guys for the weekend, so make sure you check those out. And have a great weekend. You're awesome. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time.